Thank you all for being here tonight. Before we start the actual program, I would like to ask Marin to come up and do land acknowledgement, please.
Thank you. Thanks all for coming out tonight. I just want to take a moment to recognize the occupied and stolen Mechoopda Maidu land we're on here today, and to think about our legacy to that land, whatever that looks like, whatever that relationship is, and not only that connection, but also the many different Native people who are part of our community today, who continue to exist, persist, resist, organize, are absolutely essential to the cultural work we're able to do, and think about the ways that we can show up, recognize, make space, and support the work that they get to do, and how lucky we are to be on this land.
Thank you, Marin. For folks that don't know me, I'm Connor Wenzel. I'm a community activist, educator, member of the trans community. I volunteer at Stonewall, facilitating groups, and I am also a board member. 2012 was the first year that I participated in Transgender Day of Remembrance, and I believe it was only the second or third remembrance that we had held in Chico. At that time, I completely and totally realized how much an impact it made on myself and how much it made an impact on those that attended. And so I've worked really hard, and it's not about me, but I've worked with a lot of wonderful people in this community to help create this and keep it going every year, because as you're going to hear later, there's still a major need for this day to happen. The altar, I want to do some thank yous and housekeeping. For the altar, I want to thank those that helped create this beautiful honoring behind us. I'm glad to see folks interacting with it beforehand. And this year we had a wonderful group. Kristen, Rebecca, Aldo, Marin, Emma, and Trin came together last Sunday and built this, and it was in the room for all week for folks to be able to come and sit and be with. Even if you weren't able to make it to the altar to contribute in person, your intent is felt and appreciated. We'd like to thank everyone that worked to help plan and create this event. Michael Nicholson, Pastor Ben Colahan, and all the members of Faith Lutheran Church of Chico who helped to provide this space, helped plant the flags that are in front for thousands and thousands of people to drive by all week and hold open their hearts to us. I'd also like to thank Luke Nicolay, music director here at Faith Lutheran, and two singers, Harry Schoeffel and Kristen Stanford, for providing some beautiful music later on this evening. The Stonewall staff, Marin, Andrea, and Alyssa, for help, and the board members and our interns that worked really hard to do all the name framing, all the beautiful people that are on the altar, and finding information out about them and helping us prepare for this event. They helped make the beautiful space, and we were hoping to be virtual for you all. It is being recorded, and so it'll be available later on for folks to watch again if they would like, or to share with people that were unable to make it to this event. And finally, thank you to all of you. In whatever capacity that you're here, as a trans community member, a loved one, a friend, or an ally, we're showing each other right now that we're here and we are not alone. By being here, we are reminding each other that we are all part of a larger community. At this time, I would like to invite Pastor Ben, Michael, and Marin to come up and each have a little bit of words to say, and as part of the committee and part of this whole process. So, Pastor Ben.
Good evening. Like Connor said, my name is Ben, and I am the pastor here at Faith Lutheran Church. And on behalf of this church, I want to welcome you tonight. We feel honored that the organizers at Stonewall and in the trans community feel comfortable and safe having this sacred event in this space. And I hope that you feel that comfort while you are here as well. To that end, actually, we brought out some chairs. So if you notice yourself getting tired, please grab a chair from the rack and have a seat. Finally, I want to say that we at Faith Lutheran believe that each person deserves to be known and loved for the beautiful and unique individual that they are. And I am grateful to be able to be here today, honoring those beautiful people that should be with us also. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael, manager with Faith Lutheran Church, and I wanted to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I am tremendously privileged to be here. Privileged to have a boss, coworkers, family, and friends who respect me. Privileged to not be persecuted due to the color of my skin. Privileged to be a man. Privileged to live in California where access to hormones and other treatment are accessible. And privileged to have food, shelter, and loving relationships, none of which are at risk of deteriorating because I was not born biologically male. One of my goals in life is to use the privilege I have been granted, one such privilege being this facility, to create safe spaces of healing for the queer and trans community. I can't give back the life that was needlessly taken from the folks you see here on this altar, but I can stand up for what is right and do it loudly and acknowledge the injustice that my transgender siblings face still today. I invite you all to acknowledge these things with me here tonight and to repeat after me. Tonight we gather together to honor lives lost due to violence and hate. We acknowledge that our transgender siblings are persecuted on the basis of gender. We acknowledge that our transgender siblings, especially our siblings of color, are more likely to be homeless, are more likely to be ostracized from family and friends, are more likely to be persecuted at work, are more likely to commit suicide, and are more likely to be murdered. Tonight, we mourn those who have died, who instead deserved life. Tonight, we gather in honor of the dead, in support of the living, and in support of one another. Tonight, we gather for justice, so that for generations to come, everybody, regardless of gender or race, experiences love and compassion and the life they deserve. Thank you all for coming out tonight.
Hey all, my name's Marin. I use they them pronouns. I work at Stonewall, and I just want to add a little piece before we get started. The next little bit's pretty heavy. We read through a lot of different names, and I just want to invite us to hold that grief together. One of the amazing things about being in this community, being together in this, is that things are heavy, but we get to hold it alongside one another. Being trans can feel like coming home, and tonight we hold that house together, hand in hand, next to one another. And so I invite you all to be here, and we'll keep being around. And after this event, during this event, Stonewall is always available for that support, for invitations to community, for invitations home. And thank you all for coming here.
Thank you. Some beautiful words. So as I started preparing this for this evening, I looked at what I had written last year, and and I don't like repeating myself, but sadly, it's still 2021. It's almost over, but dang, what a ride we've been on again. Our world continues to face a pandemic. We continue to have major wildfires across our landscape and are still making sure everyone has access to and are receiving all the care they need and deserve through all of this. Ongoing losses are felt throughout the world because of everything that's happening. In the midst of all of that, we have this day, Transgender Day of Remembrance. This year marks the 22nd year of people gathering and remembering and honoring those we have lost due to violence and systemic discrimination against the trans and non-binary community. In 1998, Gwendolyn Smith saw the need to memorialize the losses in our community during the honoring of Rita Hester, a trans woman killed in the Boston area. When the people around her could not recall the names of the women that were killed in 3 years previous in the same city, she realized that we needed to remember and, most importantly, honor all of those that have been lost. What started as a single person's desire to hold on to the names and record the loss for the community turned into the first community memorial held the following year in the Castro district of San Francisco. This honoring has grown into a week of recognizing trans resilience and awareness that culminates with a now International Day of Remembrance on November 20th of every year. So each year there's a struggle that as I write this, of what information to share. And we've had conversations in the committee in past years of what's going on, how much of a downer this night potentially can have. And then someone reminded me of a quote by James Stockdale, where, and he was a survivor, a war prisoner in, I believe, World War II. And he said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never ever afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be." In other words, have faith in our resilience while being aware of that reality that we face. So here's the reality. This year marks over 4,000 known individuals lost since the start of the worldwide tracking in 2008. I say known because while 60 countries have reported murders in this process, only 60 countries have reported murder in this time frame. Just a hint, there's 192 countries recognized by the United Nations. We know that this by far is not the real number because many countries still do not have organizations within them to record or advocate for the identities of lost individuals. There are places where it's still illegal to show your true trans identity. Individual trans and non-binary identity is not acknowledged by families. Therefore, at their death, no one knows. Law enforcement and other officials, such as coroners and or reporters, fail to identify and correctly gender individuals publicly. and because of the unknown numbers of those never found or able to be identified. Another sad marker this year that we reached is this year being the deadliest year on record thus far, with 27 countries reporting. 375 deaths of trans and non-binary individuals, a 13% increase from 2019. If we include the known suicides, deaths while in custody, and those due to a specific medical cause, the number jumps to 463 lives lost. This year, we see over 96% of those individuals being trans women or femme-identifying individuals. Almost 60% of those we lost were working as sex workers. Over 43% of those killed in European countries were immigrants, and in the US, a disproportionate 89% of the individuals behind us were BIPOC. The individuals we honor tonight were between a young 16 and 61, with lives cut too short at an average of 30 years old. So while we mourn for yet more lost siblings, please recognize these individuals that we are honoring tonight all had friends and loved ones that cared for them. They were seen and loved by their friends, chosen family, and more their birth family, and they will be missed. They will be remembered. Realize that our community is once again being seen by policymakers and system changers. Health and Human Services yesterday put out a statement that recognized the crisis of violence against our community and are committing funding to work on change. A vigil was held at the White House today, and the president called to action his team and policymakers to, and I quote, address the epidemic of violence and advance equality for transgender people. Remember that the voices that are creating those changes are more and more coming from within our community. We have more trans and non-binary individuals in elected positions and positions of leadership within both the public and private sectors than we have ever had before. We need to recognize, realize, and remember we are a resilient community and we will prevail. So I would like to ask those individuals wanting and interested in reading names if they could come up. And Marin has the pages of individuals. And we're gonna start passing the light. So please pass the light on. We're gonna start it here in a few different places. So as that's happening, I wanna let people know what's going on. Each reader is gonna have 5 names with individuals' information and a little bit about that person so that we know them as not just statistics, but as loved ones. So 5 names will be read, and then at the end of those 5 names, we are gonna say, rest in power. We honor and remember you, and we invite you all to join us. Give strength to that voice. Okay. So anybody interested in reading names, you don't have to commit for the whole time. If you want to just read one page and that's it, yes, you're welcome to. If we want to come up here so that we can just kind of migrate through. Anybody interested? So as we begin sharing names and a sentence or two about each person, I would like to also call into this space our transcestors. The human beings that had the courage to exist from within their own genuine space. Some we've read their names for in the past. Others are names that have been lost with time. They've all helped us get here. They continue to help guide us, give us courage and wisdom, and they whisper in our ear to remind us that we are all beautiful and we need to let the world see us shine, that the world needs us to continue to exist, resist, and persist.
Ricky Adamuro, also known as True Starlet. She was 39 years old and died on Halloween of this year in Centralia, Washington. She's remembered as an active and ardent member of the queer community, a frequent performer at local events, and a vibrant friend. She was always profoundly herself and a brilliant light for countless loved ones and people in Centralia and Olympia, Washington. Markeisha Lawrence, 28 years old, died November 4th of 2021 in Greenville, South Carolina. Markeisha loved to cook for her friends and family and is remembered for her heart of gold. Her community remembers her openness and support she was always willing to give. El Cho, 30 years old, October 9th, 2021 in Yucca Valley, California. Elle is remembered for their talents as a baker, musician, and singer. They were a loving uncle and parent to their parrot. Joe Acker, 26 years old, October 25th, 2021 in Boise, Idaho. A loving daughter, mother, and sister, Jo was described by her sister as someone with a heart of gold and someone who would always protect someone, no matter what. Jessie Hart, 42 years old, October 17th, 2021 in Banks, Oregon. Jessie was a journalist, loving mother, and loving girlfriend. Her son and girlfriend recount her resilience and care for them. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Kiva Scatter, age 34, died October 15th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She was greatly loved and will be heavily missed. Tata LeBone died October 14th from New York, New York. Tata was a tattoo artist, activist, and musician. She was loved by her father and community. Her community has shared memories of her intelligent words and commentary, as well as her incredible artwork. Mel Robert Groves, age 25, from Jackson, Mississippi, died October 11th. Mel was an upstanding community member who had a passion for gardening. His proudest achievement was helping the Knights and Orchids with their community garden. His chosen family notes his love for his community and incredible personality. Saya Redbird, age 32, died October 7th, was from Chico, California. Close friends with Jessie Hart and a part of a large, loving community. Royal Poetical Stars, age 26, from Miami Gardens, Florida, died October 2nd. Royal was a recent business graduate and had plans to attend a graduate program to further pursue her business degree. She was well known for her exquisite taste in fashion and her singing career. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Kier Lapri Cartier, age 21, September 30th, 2021, Arlington, Texas. Kier was a loving friend and daughter and remembered as a ball of joy. She was well known in Arlington, and her community cared for her deeply. Brianna Ulmer, Brianna Hamilton, age 25, September 17th, 2021, Chicago, Illinois. Brianna was a loving friend and daughter to the Chicago community. I don't want to say it wrong. Desire Moni Smith, age 23, September 6, 2021, Dolton, Illinois. Desia's mother remembers her beautiful woman that loved fashion, partying, and caring for her loved ones. Desia was also a sex worker and will be remembered by her community as a strong woman. Zoella Rose Martinez, Zoe, age 20, September 1st, 2021, Seattle, Washington. Zoe was well loved by her community and her parents. Zoe will be remembered as a witty and born leader and a loving caregiver to her mother. Claire Mazerat Jackson, age 45, August 27th, 2021, Troy, Ohio. Claire was an author, artist, and a loving aunt to her niece. She was a loving daughter and community member. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Pooh Johnson, Titanizer Mua, age 25, 23rd of August, 2021, Shreveport, Louisiana. Pooh was a makeup artist and a businesswoman and is remembered for always striving to make everyone feel glamorous. She was well loved and supported by her community and is deeply missed. Coco Chanel Wardham, age 44, 7th of August, 2021, Dallas, Texas. Coco was a key figure in the Dallas LGBTQ community. She was an advocate and a cosmetologist that was remembered as a kind person that would never turn anyone away. Shai Vanderpump, age 23, 30th of July, 2021, Trenton, New Jersey. Shai was a young woman who had a heart of gold. She was a LGBTQ community activist and put her family above all else. She's deeply missed by her community and family. Taya Ashton, age 20, 17th of July, 2021, Suitland, Maryland. Taya was a loving daughter and granddaughter. She's remembered for her passion for entrepreneurship and her bright presence in the community. Ruby Dominguez, age 29, 16th of July, 2021, Arlington, Texas. Loved daughter and friend. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
E.J. Boykin, age 23, 14 July 2021, Lynchburg, Virginia. E.J. was a loving father and friend. He was a college student at Morgan State University and had a passion for living life to the fullest. Tierra Marie Lewis, age 36, July 12, 2021, Cleveland, Ohio. Tierra Marie is remembered as a strong woman who never let anyone bring her down. She is remembered for her love of fashion and her kindness towards all. Dee Dee Thomas, age 42, July 6, 2021, New York, New York. Dee Dee was a loving daughter and community member. Her family remembers her as a sweet soul who loved them all deeply. A close friend remembers her as having a passion for learning and singing. Casey Wilson, age unknown, May 30th, 2021, Washington, D.C. Casey was a loving community member and friend. Poe Black, Oliver Jackson, Legion or Tommy. age 21, May 26, 2021, Slab City, California. Poe was an activist for an LGBTQ+ Black and Native communities. Poe will be remembered by his community and friends with so much love. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Haven A. Bailey, age 25, 24th of May, 2001, Villa Park, Illinois. Haven loved fishing and spending time outdoors. He is remembered by his family as someone who could always make you laugh and welcomed everyone in his arms without judgment. Oliver Taylor, Ollie, age 17, 19th of May, 2021, Jervis, Oregon. Ollie was loved by his friends and peers at school. He was a creative writer, sports enthusiast, and cosplayer. Giselle Hartzog, or Giselle Hilton, age 30, 18th of May, 2021, Washington, D.C. Giselle is remembered by her extended family by her smile that could light up a room. Nona Moselle Connor, age 37, 13th of May, 2021, in Washington, D.C. Nona was a community leader, advocate, mother, and so much more. Nona was deeply loved by so many in the community, particularly DC's transgender community. Danielle Bochi, Danny, Mistress Velvet, age 33, on the 8th of May of 2021 in Chicago, Illinois. A community activist and dominatrix sex worker, they were an advocate for sex workers' rights and survivors of sexual violence through nonprofit work. Rest in power, we honor and remember you. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Serenity Hollis, age 24, May 8th, Albany, Georgia. Loving daughter and sister. Danny Henson, 31, May 4th, Baltimore, Maryland. Danica Danny Henson is remembered by friends as the embodiment of love and so good and sweet to everyone. Sophie Vasquez, 36, May 4th, Brookhaven, Georgia. Friends and family remember Sophie as the kindest person on the planet and beautiful inside and out. Whispering Wind Bear Spirit, 41, May 3rd, York, Pennsylvania. Whispering Wind Bear Spirit describe themselves as Shawnee by birth and Potawatomi by relations, and will be remembered by their friends as a beautiful and kind soul. Jahaira de Alto Balenciaga, 42, May 2nd, Boston, Massachusetts. Jahaira was an adored advocate for transgender rights and for survivors of sexual and domestic violence. She is remembered by one friend as a loyal friend, a fierce advocate, and a mother to many. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Thomas Harden, 35, May 2nd, 2021, in York, South Carolina. Thomas is remembered as always keeping you laughing. Carrie Washington, also known as Bobo, was 49 on May 1st, 2021, in Clearwater, Florida. Carrie is remembered by one friend as the real deal Slay Queen. Tiffany Thomas, 38, April 24th, 2021, in Dallas, Texas. Tiffany's remembered as having a big heart. She was funny and always stayed laughing. Iris Santos, 22, on April 23, 2021, in Houston, Texas. A lover of theater, Iris was a beloved daughter and sister. She's described by her mother as so happy and full of dreams, spiritual, and she loved Mexican traditions. Natalia Smuit Lopez, 24, on April 23rd, 2021, in Milpitas, California. Natalia was described by a colleague as brave, courageous, and authentic. Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Tiara Banks, 24 years old, died April 21st in Chicago, Illinois. Tiara is remembered as a loving member of her community in Chicago. Remy Fennell, 28 years old, died April 15th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Remy is described by her aunt as vibrant. Remy was a business owner and cosmetologist and is missed by her friends and family. Dominique Lucius, 26 years old, died April 8th in Springfield, Missouri. Dominique is missed by her family and friends who remember her as a fierce, glam, and honey gorgeous, and that she was a bright, beautiful light. Jada Peterson, 29 years old, died April 4th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jada is remembered by her best friend for always having a smile on her face and someone you could always talk to, no matter what. Cries Brandon Ruiz, 26 years old, died March 28th in Lompoc, California. A loving friend to many, Cries was a lover of music and poetry, to which he wrote much of his own, and also had a great love of dogs. Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Kim Ramirez, age 21, March 18th, New York City, New York. Kim was described by her close friends as her sister. She will be deeply missed by her community. Piper Autumn Rivers, aka Tegan Toxic, Tegan Last, age 35, March 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tegan was a model, a friend, well-liked in her community and described as one of the sweetest, nicest people in the industry. Adalyn Evans, age 24, March 18th, Port Arthur, Texas. Described by her mother in the following words: "My child was loving. My child was very happy. My child lived in her truth every day." Brianna Pardo, age 26, March 17th, Los Angeles, California. Brianna was such a beautiful young person who just wanted to live her life and be herself. A friend commented, "Your bubbly personality and smile will never be forgotten." Diamond Kyrie Sanders, Diamond Nicole, age 23, March 3rd, Cincinnati, Ohio. Diamond Kyrie Sanders was a traveler, known to be in New York City once a week and New Orleans the following week. Sanders was really into fashion. She always coordinated her attire from head to toe, including matching hair and nails. Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Alexander Blake Van Delsen, August 21st, age 21, on the 9th of February 2021, Lafayette, Indiana. Friends shared that Alex made a huge impact on every person he encountered. I am so thankful to have known him. Even dealing with his own issues in life, he always tried to put a smile on everyone's face. He was a major blessing on this earth. Alexis Braxton, Kimmy Icon Braxton, age 45, 4th of February 2021, Miami, Florida. From a friend: "Rest in power, Kimmy. Your life had a huge impact on your families and brightened the world. 50 bands. Age 21, 28th of January, 2021, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 50 loved to dance and laugh with her friends and was self-aware. Sandy Crisp, Goddess Bunny. Age 61, 27th of January, 2021, in Los Angeles, California. Sandy was an actress. According to her son Hunter, she always lived life if she was a movie star. Everyone says they don't give a fuck, but she truly did not give a fuck. Dominique Jackson, age 30, 25th of January, 2021, Jackson, Mississippi. According to her Facebook, Dominique was the mother of the House of Red and the founder of the Laddie Red Inc. Friends are remembering her on social media, with one saying, "My heart is heavy," and another sharing, "I'm at a loss for words." Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Bianca Banks, or Muffin. She was age 30 and died on January 17, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. Bianca is remembered by her chosen family, who shared memories and kind words. Her nickname Muffin stemmed from her love of blueberry muffins, and she had dreams of competing on RuPaul's Drag Race. Her friend Angel Cameron described her as sweet and kind and spoke up with Bianca every day. Another friend, Lana Brooks, knew Bianca briefly, but mentioned even though this is a brief time, in that short amount of time you were able to see her light shine. That's all you needed from Muffin. You didn't need much more than that. Natasha Kiana, age 37 and died January 12, 2021 in Detroit, Michigan. She was a beautiful person. Her mother told the Detroit Free Press on Wednesday. She was loved all over. Samuel Edmund Damian Valentin, age unknown, but they died on January 9th, 2021 in Trujillo Alto, Puerto Rico. Sam was known for his big heart, as a grateful person who was always thankful when looking for something he needed. Tiana Deveray Alexander, 28, January 6, 2021 in Chicago, Illinois. Tiana's friends are remembering her as having good energy and being a beautiful light, and nothing but life, encouragement, motivation, and fun. Bonnoir Black, or Bonnie, was 19, died December 31st in 2020 in Atlanta, Georgia. Bonnie is remembered by friends as an artist, songwriter, and rapper. She loved doing her makeup and going out into the world, making sure she looked her best. Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Rest in power. We honor and remember you.
Kimberly Patricia Cope, or Kim, age 40, died December 27th, 2020. Kim is remembered by her community and friends as a unique, resilient, and an artist. She was a makeup artist, hairstylist, and had an eye for style. Alexandria Winchester, age 24, December 26, 2020, the Bronx, New York. Alexandria was deeply loved by her community and is remembered as resilient and caring. Courtney Key, age 25, died December 20th, Chicago, Illinois. Courtney is remembered for her her never-ending joy. Her family remembers her magical life and knows she is resting in power. She was chosen family, a sister to many. To know her was to love her. Malaya Mullen, age unknown, December 20th, 2020. A loving friend and daughter. Malaya's mother remembers her as she was love, she was love, and she was loved. She was a source of light and joy for many people and is missed dearly by her family and community. Che Mesa Sins, age 30, died November 23rd, 2020. Che is remembered for her everlasting support for chosen family and friends. She has had a love for fashion and partying with friends. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Kimberly Susan Fial, age 55, November 22nd, 2020, San Jose, California. Kimberly is remembered for her kind heart and wanting to help everyone she could. Friends remember the twinkle in her eye and her calming presence. Asia Janae Foster, age 22, November 20th, 2020, Houston, Texas. Asia's community remembers her love for Houston as well as her eternal joy. Unieski Carey Herrera, aka Uni, age 34, November 17th, 2020, Miami, Florida. Unieski was a community leader and was well loved in the Miami LGBTQ+ community. Her memory lives on in the numerous videos of her spectacular performances, all of which spoke toward her pride and love of the community. Fendi Moniza Armstrong, aka Peaches, age 39, November 12th, 2020, Lithonia, Georgia. Peaches was a motivational health and beauty advisor and loved to travel. Her close friends said that she will be remembered in love and power alike. Skylar Heath, age 20, November 4th, 2020, Liberty City, Miami, Florida. Skylar is remembered for her eternal love and kindness toward her family and close friends. She had a friendly spirit and gentle soul and is missed dearly. Rest in power, we honor and remember you.
Kimberly Wirtz, also known as Tova, 43 years old, died February 26 in Baltimore, Maryland. Her family stated, "Kim has always put others first. We just want to lay her to rest with some dignity." Jenna Franks, 34 years old, died February 24th in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Jenna was an active part of the LGBTQ community in her area, namely the Onslow County LGBTQ Community Center. She was described as a beautiful soul and a breath of fresh air. Jasmine Bright, also known as Jazzy, and JJ Bright were two siblings, aged 22 and 16, who died together on February 21st in Ambridge, Pennsylvania. Jasmine was described as a sweet, shy, and artistic soul, and according to the trans family, Jasmine loved to dance. They cared deeply for their friends. JJ, their sibling, is part of their Prism family. Prism shared, "JJ was a beautiful person with the biggest and brightest smile. We'll miss your laugh, we'll miss your jokes. You'll never be forgotten. Fly high, JJ." China Carrillo, 24 years old, died February 18th in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. Described by her aunt as her lovely magical mermaid, one of her favorite people in the world. I'll miss everything about her. Rest in power, we honor and remember you. I want everyone to join in. This is our closing of the names. We rest in power, we honor and remember you.
thank you all for stepping up and reading names. It's hard. It's hard to hear them, let alone speak the words often. As we move towards concluding this, I would like to introduce Luke, and there are a couple wonderful singers here that are going to bring a little bit of love in an artistic manner.
Hi everyone, my name is Harry. I'm a musical theater major at the CSU Chico, and the song I'm going to sing today is a song of pride for both the ones who are deceased and the ones who are still with us. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
All my life I've been told
Thank you.
I'm Kendall Stafford. I'm a sophomore at PV High, and I will be singing Rainbow by Casey Musgraves. When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising waterline. Well, the sky is finally opened. The rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. If you could see what I see, you'd be blinded by the colors, the yellow, red, orange, and green, and at least a million others. Tie up the bow, take off your coat, and take a look around. 'Cause the sky is finally open, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Oh, tie up the bow, take off your coat, and take a look around. Everything is all right now, because the sky is finally open. The rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Let go of your umbrella, baby, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Yes, there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. It'll all be alright.
Thank you, two very, very, very talented individuals. As we wrap up tonight, I want to thank everybody that's here. This is one of the larger turnouts that we've had in recent years. It's really heartfelt. Not only do we appreciate your awareness, your attendance, we appreciate your awareness and concern for others, seeing all these wonderful masks being worn. It helps keep our community healthy and safe, which we know we're at a definitely a at-risk community, as we often are frontline workers because of our identities. We'd love to be able to hold every one of us, each other, again, and one day we're going to be able to just keep holding on to that. You are loved, and I want to thank you again. This is wonderful. Those that would like to take part, and I didn't talk to Michael and Pastor Ben if we wanted to pull flags up tonight. I'm seeing a nod, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull flags up in the front lawn for those that maybe want to use that as a moment of tuning in with ourselves as we conclude the night. So thank you. And Marin, any last words?
Just gonna add, as we leave the space tonight and you're looking for more community, more trans community, Stonewall does have some counseling, and we also have peer support groups. We've been able to bring back our trans teen and LGBTQ teen groups back in person, so look to us for that. And we also have a kiddos group for folks under 12. And thanks for coming out tonight. It's really wonderful to hold space with you all.
And before you leave, you are welcome on this table back here by the fellowship hall to take some treats with you. Cookies, cupcakes, brownies, some of them store-bought, some of them made by members of Faith Lutheran Church. So please take them, eat them, enjoy them.
Thank you all.